Cari amici sportivi, it's been a while. Welcome to another group therapy session, because that's what we do. You know, we get together, we talk about our feelings. We have taken a break, but we gotta take care of our Patreon members. And it's funny how I was telling you guys before, 52 Patreon members, but it's always the same ones. Some guys don't want to come on, but it's fine. It's fine. We're hoping that Tommy might just make an appearance at somehow, Mr. Positivity himself. But we got Dave from Montreal, Youssef from Kuwait, Rock Nation Husney in Saudi Arabia, Gio in California. And let's start off by Youssef and Rock Nation Husney in countries over 50 degrees Celsius. So to us, Davey and Gio, us complaining about 30 degrees Celsius. So chapeau to you guys. But let's get to serious things. Gentlemen, maybe some sad news, but everything seems to be on the up and up. Senor Gazidis, diagnosed with some sort of throat cancer. He is in the United States right now, as we believe, getting treatment. So un saluto, un abbraccio a Ivan, non mollare. We saw an interview with him there on the Milan channel, so keep it up, and he's looking forward to getting back to Milan. And last but not least, I would just like to share, guys, Stevie P shared on Twitter, Patreon, Instagram, all over the place. If you guys could go take a look, pinned it to our page there, so it's time to vote. If you like what we do, send in your votes with the tweet below or via the website. Even vote, every vote counts, and he feels like he's running for president of the Milan club, but Presidente is not going to leave that there. So if you guys like what I, Steve, Sonny, Presidente do, please go take a look at the Twitter page, Instagram, whatever the case may be. Help us out. We really appreciate it. But gentlemen, let's start off by let's talk about these friendlies today. You know, friendlies last week. Davey, how do you take these friendlies? You know, we won last week and now against Modena, 5 goals. Great play from the players. You know, 5 different goal scorers. But how do you take these friendlies compared, let's say, to the years before? I don't, you know, for me, it's like, okay, it's a Serie C team, newly promoted Serie C team. But how do you take them?
Well, it's time to experiment. It's better to experiment in these friendlies than it is to experiment during the season. But now with the new squad that we're getting and everything that we're trying to do, I think the 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, and the 4-3-3 is all up in the air for Pioli to test out with the new team. And now with the new strikers, obviously we haven't used Ibra or Giroud yet, but no, I actually like these little things because it's experimenting. It's giving a bit of hope for the players like Leao. Didn't have the best season. It's like in the movie The Longest Yard. You do a pickup game against the worst team in the league, beat the shit out of them, and get the spirits up. So when it comes time to start playing for real, their confidence is up, and they start having that little motivation to start doing good. And look, Brahim was the last guy we signed, and 2 minutes in, yes, I know it's against a Sidechi team, but listen, he's doing what he's got to do, and maybe we don't need to look for a number 10. Obviously, we're still going to be looking for a number 10, but he pick up the mantle. And actually, I love these little games like this. It's amazing.
Exactly. And how about you, Yusuf? Even looking at these preseason games, or does it worry you that we scored 5 in the first half and not scoring in the second half? The experimenting, a lot of changes, but how you been taking these preseason games so far?
I don't look too much into them, honestly. They're just the whole point of, especially those two games. It's all about putting minutes into the players' legs. But what's interesting is I'm not quite sure we are playing a 4-2-3-1 formation, because Gabia seems to be tucked more in, and we're playing with like a three-man defense. Although, like on the right side, Salemaker was playing more of a winger rather than a wingback. It's confusing. I don't even know what Krunic's position was. He played very well, but I don't know what it was.
Krunic is Borini 2.0. He's a jack of all trades. He plays everywhere.
He's a utility kind of guy. I think I like him. But what's interesting as well is Pobega was not given a single minute. Why?
Because I think.
I mean, it's obvious that he's leaving.
Gio's gonna have a lot of things to say about that, but
I know. But why not? Why play Di Gusto or Dugisto?
Because you're not gonna risk it. You're not gonna risk an injury, right? If you're gonna go get $12 to $15 million for a player,
that's exactly what I mean. He's in the transfer market. He's transfer listed. It's so obvious. One more thing, I don't want to take so long, but I think Hauge is a lost cause, and Maldini should go on loan.
Oh, so Gurmit is saying that Pobega played, guys. Can anybody confirm that? Did he?
No, he's out to injury, Benny.
Fazal saying.
I think Longo put it out. My God, Longo. He doesn't.
All right, I didn't know that. My mistake. All right.
Okay, it's all good. Gio, I know you have something to say about these preseason games. How you've been feeling, and the rumors of Pobega. How are you feeling there?
I mean, I think since like the first preseason, it was good because the management saw, and I guess he's going on loan. The last thing I heard, they said that they don't want to like sell him like permanently. So if we're gonna sell him to like a loan amount, I mean, if we loan him out to Atalanta, maybe he gets the experience. I don't know, but I just like how the team is playing. There's a whole bunch of young guys they're playing, and I'm glad. Hey, shout out to Romagnoli, man. He's really said that he wants to fight first place, so I gotta commend him for that. I love me some Romagnoli. I think he's good. So let's fight first place. But if you really want to stay in Milan, you gotta chuck Raiola, because we're not giving you $6.7 million a year to sign you. You take this 4.5, or else you can go.
And before I ask Rock Nation Husney, gentlemen, I will not talk about Donnarumma. I do not want to talk about Donnarumma because we are not financial experts. I do not want to believe that he went there for $1 million less. There's things in contracts, and I'm not going to sit here and try to depict or like what his contract is like, because I do not believe for 1 second that Donnarumma will move to PSG for $1 million less just so Raiola can make his $20 million. Don't jump to conclusions, guys, and I do not want to talk about it because we are not professionals, nor do we pretend to be.
Stop talking about it.
Financial experts. But Rock Nation Husney, how about you? How are you feeling on these preseasons, the players that we've been seeing? Tell us your thoughts.
Yeah, so I watched the Prosesto game. It was on YouTube, so I watched the whole game. And just today, I don't know why the game today wasn't on YouTube or on the Milan streaming app. But I watched the highlights. I'm not really sure what we're trying to achieve there. In the first half, we're using a strong starting 11. So my concern would be is that, and I can understand giving them minutes and getting them in match fitness, But the risk to the players in preseason, knowing that these are our key players, I think it's too much of a risk to take. And for the second half, I feel that it's a bit embarrassing for guys like Hauge, who have essentially been thrown in with the Primavera boys and told to perform. I know he didn't have that much of a performance, but I feel for the guy. It's like we're killing this kid by putting him in with the Primavera, the second half of the game group. And if I was Hauge, I really wouldn't know why I would want to stay. It's almost embarrassing at this point. But I would have to say is that for the second half of the season, so the second half of both matches, there are some players that I think should be considered to be closer to the first team. Kerkez for the first game against Prosesto, he scored 2 goals. I know that it's not really within our league, our competitive level, but these are the guys that we really need to keep an eye on. So it's more towards what are we really trying to achieve, and we should be focusing on the players who really haven't played much, rather than giving it to our strong 11.
I think there's a lot of let's throw shit at the wall and see what sticks, because you could afford to do these kind of things. I get what you're saying about Hauge, but in the end, the way I would see it on the other side is that Hauge ain't going to be starting, right? So how would he do, right, with a just getting into a kind of formation? But I get everybody's opinion on these ones here. So far, so good on these preseason games. But guys, I wanted to get your feelings and opinions so far on the Maldini and company, what they've been able to do so far, right? So we could talk about MAIGNAN, TOMORI, DIAZ, TONALI. For me, TONALI, honestly, guys, I have to say that taking a lower salary, I tip my hat off. But I think he's trying to make us forget of the lackluster season that he had last year. So I try to look at it both sides, right? Sincerely, a great signing. The lower lower money that we paid for him. Ballo-toure, I'm not going to pretend I know who he is, but seems so far Maldini, I'm going to trust in what he does. GIROUD coming over. All these players that have been signing. Davey, how about you? How you felt about how Masada, Maldini, and company have handled this Mercato so far?
They're doing a fantastic job. Fantastic job. It's just that now our 2 biggest worries is not signing these players, is keeping what we have. Kessie, number 1, has been linked to everywhere, especially Liverpool. Theo Hernandez. Now, Theo Hernandez said that PSG said that they're going to give them 5 times the amount at 5 million, 6 million. Milan has to focus on signing that and giving what he wants and what he deserves, honestly, in my opinion. And Kessie, number 1. Kessie cannot go for no matter what. So I think this TONALI taking a pay cut is not necessarily, it is him, but I think Maldini and company have said, listen, take a pay cut because we have to structure a team around you. You are a future, but at the same time, we have to pay these guys what they have shown. And same time, work for it. TONALI didn't come from a big team and took a big reduction. He came from Brescia. And he was a big fish in a small pond. Now he's being with the big boys. He cannot expect to have what he wants. Yes, Milan's his team, but his childhood team. But listen, in the end, he's going to get paid when he shows that he deserves to get paid. Kessie and company, that's the biggest thing right now. Like everyone's thinking, okay, we have to get a big signing. We have to get this, get that. But listen, we could get Jesus Christ himself. But if we don't have Kessie and the other team around him, what is he going to do? No one can do nothing. So we have to structure our team by focusing on signing the big guys before big teams try to get him. And that's it. Did you see? I know it's not Milan talk. Did you see Chiesa? Juventus rejected 100 million from Liverpool. You can't take away that. You can't. And Milan should follow the same footsteps by keeping.
In all honesty, Davey, if Juventus refused 100 million for Chiesa, if you want to believe that, that's pretty stupid. I'm sorry. Who would refuse $100 million euros for Federico Chiesa? I'm sorry.
I don't think so. I think they're more planning on getting rid of Ronaldo than getting rid of Chiesa. I'm sorry.
We shall see. But this whole business, by the way, guys, financial fair play is just a guideline. It's just a guideline. But Youssef, how about you? What have you thought of the Mercato so far? I know Kessi's agent has said if Kessi leaving would be like a coup d'etat, as we would say in French, like it ain't gonna happen, right? And a lot of people saying, well, if Ibra is making 7, Kessi's making 6, that makes perfect sense. But how about your feelings of how Maldini and company have done so far?
Well, I honestly don't know how to explain it, because sometimes I feel Maldini and co are playing a dangerous game, which is orchestrated by Elliott themselves, which is just to make it simple, it's the Ajax model. We get the players very early before they're being noticed. We're focusing on our scouting. Moncada's there. Let's buy Kalulu before he even plays a single first or senior squad game. Let's get whoever, and then of course they're gonna end up with in the situation we are in, which is if they perform, they're gonna want to raise their salaries, or they're gonna leave. That might be the situation that Maldini and Elliott is craving for, which is gonna generate revenue and the same. And I don't know. At the same time, on the other hand, if you can get the players to be convinced in the project and understand what Milan is and how big the club is, and them wanting to stay in the club, then we are doing fantastic. So I have a two opposite opinion on what Maldini and the management are doing in the Mercato.
They definitely made mistakes, but so far, like, we need to trust in them, and we're trying to think with our heads and not with our hearts. Gio, how about you? Do you think they've done good so far? I know that we're considered the team that has spent the most money with all these players that we've signed, but how are you feeling with all these movements on the Mercato?
Mercato been a 1 out of 10, Vinny, because if you don't sign Kessi, we're at a 1. I'm sorry. We need to sign and give him the $6 million. I think they're looking at this kid Bondo. I think that's the replacement for Kessi in the future, when he's 20 years old, because right now he's 17, Bondo. So just give him the money. I think this is Ibra's last year. I'm not saying that I want him out, but, he's having surgeries at 40 years old with a knee, and he stormed himself off a boat like he's an acrobat and all that stuff. So I don't think his body's going to last that long. So that'd be fine. That's $7 million off the books. Now Kessi's the high earner, and we have to pay, because you see these guys are talking about triple or even giving up to 6 times their salary. It's like, I'm glad that we didn't sign Hakan, because like that he would have like messed everything up. We're giving him $5 million. So, and then Theo Hernandez, he has more of an impact. He scores goals. He does this, he does that. So, Hakan getting 5? Nah, I need 7. Raiola with Romagnoli. Hakan doesn't really perform. He's been here since the down years at Milan. Nah, I need that 7. So I'm really glad that worked to our favor. But a 1 out of 10 until I see Kessi sign that dotted line. Give him the 6, and if we got him with 5 years, we could sell him for 80 to 90 million to the Premier League, and that's good for. Well, I don't ever want him to leave, but that would be good for us to invest more and then get more money.
Give him the 6. No, I think no Milanista would disagree with you on that one. Rock Nation Husney, how about you?
Could we be happy that just thank God that Kessi and Hernandez are now represented by Raiola? Thank God.
Thank God.
Thank God.
But Rock Nation Husney, always with the special jerseys. Get up for us over there. What do you got there? Is that the training? It's look.
Not that baller. That's baller.
He's got the baller. He's got the baller jersey. But how about you? How you been feeling with the Mercato so far from Maldini, Massara and company?
So far, it's been okay. After all, we're not towards the end yet. I do feel that in the last maybe week and a half to 2 weeks is really going to be the blitz for the number 10. Sorry, for our cam, and also for the right winger, because it's going to be a market of opportunity. I mean, there's bound to be some movement there. However, the one thing that I do want to say is that I don't know how firm are we going to get in the case of Cassie, because it could still be a game. We didn't expect it with Gio on some level. We didn't expect it with Hakan on some level. With the case of Cassie and even the case of Romagnoli, if it's down to the last 2 weeks of the Mercato, if they're not signing, a decision has to be made. Are we still going to entertain this game, or are we going to say, it's either you sign it or tomorrow you're getting sold? Because we're not going to let it drag to January, then we're not going to let it drag even further, because then you're just playing their game, essentially.
No, that makes a lot of sense. It really does makes a lot of sense, because we can't fall into this Donnarumma and Hakan situation the way we did. And Aditya, I was going to ask everybody. Yes, Gio.
I was gonna answer. We need 120 million for.
No. That was my next answer. That was my next question, right? Guys, we've been hearing about. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing. Aditya, how much would you be satisfied with selling Theo to PSG? Because again, guys, financial fair play doesn't really matter. So, Davey, on a serious note, what amount, guys? I want you to talk with your heads. On a serious note, what would be your okay, I get it kind of price for Theo Hernandez?
Well, look at players like him and around the league. Hakimi went for 70 million, and I personally think that Theo was much more
impactful,
a bit more impact. So for me, it will be above 70. 80 million would be definitely okay, start listening, because we got him for 20. We're paying him 1.5 million. So it makes sense that a lot of teams are just throwing 5 million, because it's nothing. 5 million for a player like Theo Hernandez and what he's done is literally nothing. But if a team comes around and says, listen, we're going to give you 80 million. Now, this guy that we signed, Torre, whatever his name is, there from Monaco, I'm like you. I'm not going to pretend like I know everything about him. But what's the upside of it? We get 80 million and we go get what as a replacement, or invest into something else? Then we're going to have a hole in the back. We're going to be back at square one. It's still money invested well. But
so 60, you would say no?
60, no, because that's only 40 million plus everything else that goes into it, the cost of this. So we're probably going to make 30 million out of it. As a player of Theo Hernandez in the future, no, me 80 million for sure is 60 million profit minus this is 50 million. It's a big upside to it.
Okay, and guys, remind me after, because I do want to answer Liban Youssef's question after this one here about Ilicic. But Youssef, how about you? What's your price? And I want you to think with your head now, not with your heart. What price are you like? I understand this transfer.
Yeah, I agree with Davey, honestly. 70, just I think he was as impactful as Hakimi. So if Hakimi went for 70, I would. It just makes sense that to accept a 70 million bid. But again, all these transfers are about what the players want. You see players pushing for, especially in the preseason, you see players not attending training preseason, trying to push for a transfer. Or sometimes they just refuse, like a famous Montelivo guy who just saw his contract out and he got paid 3.5 million every year warming the bench. Anyways, so it's all about the players' intentions and desires. If Theo, I feel that Theo likes the club.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. After what happened with the one we don't speak of, with kissing the badge and everything, you never know. Dyeing your hair black and red can mean nothing these days. So you never
70,
know. But
70 is your number?
Oh, everyone has a price. Everyone has a price.
Just like the $1 Million Man, everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man, just like in wrestling back in the day. Gio, you have your own thought about what price you would sell Theo for. Please explain to us.
Nah, man, I said 120 mil, but no, I'm not taking less than what his brother was sold for, and I think he's better than his brother. So his brother was 80 million, so I'm gonna need 90, like David said. And then so we can make a profit. And then I'm gonna need like those Jordan Sancho add-ons, like 20 million. You feel me? Of add-ons. That's what I'm gonna need. Because I mean, I think he does want to stay in Italy. His girlfriend's Italian. You know, she has her business out there. She's out there tattooing. She's a global Inca supermodel. So why would he want to leave Italy? I don't think he's gonna want to go to no PSG. I'm sorry about
So
that.
you at 70, you're saying no. You
PSG
want
No, I'm
90.
saying no. I'm not saying
PSG is home for him, man. I can't. If it was anywhere else, if it was Liverpool, if it was the Premier League, the La Liga, I would say okay, no. But the French, the PSG, especially to go play with Hakimi, that's
And-
the only thing.
Apparently, he doesn't even speak French because he's originally
Yeah,
from
he's-
South America.
No, but he does. No, he speaks
No,
French
he-
because he was playing the under-21 French team. But maybe, yeah, you know what? If the price is right, Rock Nation Husney, we've had 70, we've had 80, Gio's at there at 90. Well, how about you? Speak with your head, please, not with your heart.
120.
Well, I'm going to throw something a bit funny. I would accept 50, and I wouldn't mind taking one of their players, and I hope they're not offering number 99 again.
So which player would you take from PSG? 50 and what? 50 in Donnarumma?
Maybe we'll take our last son of Milan back.
No, Donnarumma, we got to turn the page. But okay, so let me ask you, if you had the choice of a PSG player right now, would you take 15 Verratti?
Oh, it's tough to say.
a good
Not
question.
right. Okay.
If you had to pick one of PSG players,
One
you're
of-
into a swap deal. You're into a swap deal. What do you got?
Yeah. One of the things that I do see, and something the club has to think about, is the fact that we need players that we're able to also capitalize. One of the good things that PSG's got going with them is that they not only buy players expensive, but they're buying brands. That's why they got the Jordan. That's why they're selling those jerseys. We need to come to that level soon. So if you're up to me, if you're going to sell Theo, I'll take cash, and I'll take, maybe I'm shooting a bit. Maybe I'll take someone like a Mbappe level just to sell jerseys and try to generate some more revenue for this club. Because once you got a star, you're getting the additional money year in, year out. So that's going to help us a lot more in the long run.
Mbappe, we're gonna have to give Theo and give money to get Mbappe.
Yeah,
Vinny,
most probably. Yeah.
Vinny, I want the 90 million, and I'll take Icardi and Wanda.
90 and Icardi. You're just, you know what? You're just like Berlusconi level there. 90 and Icardi.
You know, Tommy was here. He would have said 150 to 200 million. Huh?
Yeah, Tommy. We miss you, Tommy.
wouldn't even-
But gentlemen,
Gio's playing football manager.
because out of all these signings that we've signed so far, I think you guys would agree with me, right? Would it be MAIGNAN? Would it be Giroud? Would it be DIAZ, TOMORI, TONALI, ballo-toure? If there's one guy that manscapes, gentlemen, it's got to be Giroud, right? I think we're all in agreement right there, right? So, gentlemen, we got to give a shout out. We got to give a shout out to Manscaped, right? We got to make sure that we give them a shout out. The Performance Package 4.0 includes the Lawnmower 4.0. Guys, listen to this. Listen to it. Look at that light. Look at that light. You see that light there? Huh? This trimmer will change the way you approach your grooming routine. The 4th generation trimmer features advanced skin-safe technology to reduce grooming accidents, because you guys know I kind of went the other way. You don't want any ingrown hairs or snags or your boys before beach season. The Lawnmower 4.0 has 7,000 RPMs, gives you the ability to turn on the 4K LED spotlight on and off. If the power grid goes off in Texas again, like, our friends in Texas, Nathan, our fellow Patreon that lives in Texas, you can use your Lawnmower 4.0 to eliminate the way this LED. The trimmer is also waterproof. So, guys, you can use it in the shower. It includes also the weed whacker to clean some of you guys. No offense, you got the long nose hairs. Manscaped throws in even the boxers, the shed travel bag, the shears. Guys, there's so many products on Manscaped.com. You have the ball reviver, right? I spray this on once in a while. The preserver for anti-chafing, and Giroud. Definitely use MWP code for 20% off and free shipping. Youssef, you know that we're here for you. We'll take it. We'll ship it to Kuwait. You'll be the first Kuwaiti with Manscaped. But we gotta thank Olivier Giroud for basically using the MWP. But Davey, who at Milan does not use Manscaped?
Who does not use Manscaped?
Who needs the MWP code? Think about it.
My God. Who doesn't use Manscaped?
Tatarusano does not use Manscaped.
Tatarosano, Tonali.
Just with his name, he doesn't use Manscaped.
Tonali definitely doesn't use Manscaped.
You think Tonali doesn't use Manscaped?
No, he needs to clean that up. He needs to do
He needs to
everything.
clean it up. Okay,
Clean
okay.
it up, and that hair too. He needs to move out of Pirlo's shadow and just do something with that hair to get people out of there.
Castillejo for sure manscapes. Youssef, who doesn't manscape the Milan? Who needs the MWP code?
Well, I think Maldini doesn't, because he's
Maldini.
too young.
Too young,
Too young, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't know yet. He
Doesn't
doesn't know any
know.
better.
Yeah.
He's in Italian.
Okay, I like Maldini. Gio, who doesn't use Manscaped at Milan?
Capitano Calabria.
Yeah, Calabria looks like a beast. Yeah, Calabria needs some manscaping. Calabria, MWP, Manscaped 4.0, waterproof. Guys, look at this light. Look at this light. Rock Nation Husney, who would need the MWP at Milan?
I think it's Gabbia. He looks quite quite scruffy around the sides.
Thank you to our sponsor, Manscaped. And guys, manscaped.com, MWP, fantastic stuff. Honestly, it's all fun and games when they sponsor us, but I've used their product and it is actually really impressive stuff. Just remember, read the instructions. Do not go the other way, because I did that. A little accident. But on a serious note, I want to talk about Ilicic, guys. Ilicic, supposedly a very low fee. He's talented, 100%. There's been a lot of rumors, allegations. Davey, do you take Ilicic?
Nope.
And hold on a second. Gurmit saying Kajar. Kier doesn't manscaped. For sure he doesn't because he's a Viking. Thank you for that. Davey, Ilicic, no?
No, I don't take him. His age, number one. I know that's kind of contradictory that we're going to Zlatan and Giroud and a couple other older guys, but I don't want to put too much emphasis on the age on Ilicic. Yes, he was amazing playing around such young players, such diverse players, but Ilicic in Milan, I don't think would have the same impact that he did in Atalanta. And right now, he's having a falling out with Atalanta, just like Gomez is. Look what Gomez is doing in Sevilla. Doing that. He's not. Oh wow, he's doing. I'm not sure if he's in Sevilla. It's Sevilla, right, guys?
I believe so. Yeah.
He was amazing in Atalanta. Look, he did nothing in Sevilla.
So you know.
To me, no. To me, I wouldn't take him on. I would try to go and see other more prospects. I would rather take Isco than take Ilicic. Same age.
Okay.
The price is a bit higher on Isco because of Real Madrid. A lot. Okay, yes.
A bit, a lot,
right,
yeah.
You're right.
Okay.
But no, between the two, I would rather take Isco than take Ilicic. Ilicic right now, I don't know, it's a 50-50 to me right now. He has to prove a bit more, but you never know what the future holds.
Okay. About you, Youssef? Ilicic, yes, no?
2 years ago, yeah. We're just 2 years late.
Okay.
So
even at a little price, you wouldn't take him?
Yeah, that's the only positive thing. He's a low risk kind of transfer, but I think we need to go to find a kind of player that is so pacey, like so fast. He's like chaotic, like De La Fio, you know. He's someone who just runs that defense and causes concern, and because Ilicic he lacks pace. He's more of a technical side. He's more of a Susu kind of, a better version of Susu. But I would go for a fast, pacey winger who just runs a defense and causes and wreaks havoc.
Yeah, Ilicic is not a winger, guys. He's a mid.
Actually, no. He plays as an attacking midfielder and
he can play those positions, right? Gio, how about you, Ilicic? Okay, I'm surprised. I thought majority would have said yes. How about you, Gio?
I don't know, Vinny, because Atalanta is such a system. So you don't know how long it's gonna take him to adapt, because they're very system orientated and all that stuff, And look at all their players, man, dude. Atalanta really came up because now they're selling Romero for 55 million pounds. So that means Tomori worth about 150 million, I think,
at least,
because he got that English passport too. So we need to get that English tax on them. because they was mad. They were hating on the pasta, but that's not here or there. But nah, I think he's they're in a system, and I don't know if he's gonna adapt, and that would just be like 5 to 6 million that we would waste.
Okay, so I'm very surprised, and I'll respect your opinions. How about you, Rock Nation Hazni? Ilicic, yes, no?
A definite no. Whatever money we have, we need to invest in a right wing. I don't mind if we switch to 4-4-2. We already have DIAZ there who can play the role and needs minutes throughout the coming seasons. So it's not worth it, because if it doesn't work out, we can't sell the guy. You know, he's definitely going to be in the books for like until he retires.
Okay. I'm surprised, guys. I thought maybe one of you guys would have been interested, but
What about Coutinho, guys? Would you rather?
no, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you more of a concrete one, because Coutinho ain't coming to Milan. Luis Alberto, not in the greatest of relationships with Lazio. There's a side of me that going, okay, is he a troublemaker? Guys, let's be honest. He is a talented player. Davey, would you take a guy like Luis Alberto?
I would.
And at what price?
I would definitely take him, not at 50 million. I would definitely take him at maybe we can't take him on a loan, because a player like that doesn't go on loan, honestly. But at a reduced price or exchange with a player, I would definitely take him because of the age and the salary. But there's too many things going into on. Like, if he's doing this to a team that he's been with for so long, he could turn around and do it on us. Do we really want to have a whole another Donnarumma, all this stuff happening all over again, fallouts with the team? We don't need hotheads on our team. We want players that want to come to Milan and want to provide for Milan, not the want to come just to stick it up to their old teams. It's for a lot less. Okay, listen, I think Lazio was asking in the range of 50 to 60 million. I would take him between 25 to maybe 35 million, not more than that.
Okay.
I would try on. Yeah.
Yusuf, Luis Alberto, what do you think about him and maybe the potential? What would be your number?
I was just looking through his stats while Davey was speaking, and he had 9 goals and 4 assists. 9 goals and 2 assists in the Serie A. I don't know, but he's absolutely talented. I think he could produce more in Milan's system as a, because he plays more of a mezzala, right of 3, but in our system he can play as a a number 10. And I think he would be a fantastic signing. He's 28, though. That means he's at his prime, and he has a good 2 to 3 years in him. So I would dare to say 35-40 million for this guy is definitely worth it. And plus, he knows the league. Which is a massive advantage. Yes.
Definitely advantage. Gio, are you with Davey? Are you with Yusuf? Luis Alberto, what do you think?
Vinny, I'm going to need you to call your cousin over there in Fiorentina, and I'm going to need to take out Gaetano Crastrovilli off their hand. So I need you to make a deal, the same type of Juventus deal. I need a 2-year loan. We're going to pay 4 to 8 million, and then we're at the end of the third year.
You think us all
Calabrese?
You think us all Calabrese people, we know each other? And we can make these kind of deals.
We need you to make that deal, Vinny. I know you. I need you to call him, and I'd rather take him. He's young. He loves Milan, and he could dribble. He could. I don't know. He maybe not an attacking midfielder at number 10, but he can create. He could do all. I'd rather take him if we're going with this young project.
Okay. So you would go for Castrovilli on the Fiorentina side instead of a Luis Alberto at a high price. Rock Nation Hazni, how about you? What do you think about Luis Alberto?
A definite no. Again, the good thing about the club, and I would say one of the differentiators of Milan compared to other clubs is that, and everyone says this, the club is a family. So you can't have any of these guys with attitude problems coming in. That's definite no. Anyone who comes to the club needs to want to come there, not because they want to leave and then just how so convenient that Milan had an opening for them. That's not the kind of players that we need. We need players who they have options, but they wanted to come to us. Same thing like Giroud. He could have gone to MLS, or he could have gone to another club in the Premier League, but he chose to come to Milan, and his salary wasn't so excessive. So those are the sort of attitude that we need, and those are the guys who will definitely perform.
Let me debate that. Sorry, Vinny, but are we in a position to pick and choose whose attitude is and who wants to come to us, and like I don't think we are in a position to pick and choose. We are in Champions League next year. We should get whatever we can get. That's my opinion.
That's a very good point, right?
At the same time, Youssef, we let go of Donnarumma because we didn't want to deal with stuff like that. So I think we are in the position to choose because we did make it on grit and on trusting Maldini. So if Maldini and Cole don't believe the players are right fit for the team, I'm okay with that. And letting go of
We don't want to speak about Donnarumma, but I think he gave us a big fat middle finger. It's not about Maldini.
No, he definitely did. Guys, let's be honest. Donnarumma, if it wasn't for Donnarumma, we wouldn't be in the Champions League. Let's put our hearts aside. We went to get a quality replacement. And that's what's important out of all of this, right? And I want to finish off with this because, you mentioned Coutinho, Isco's mentioned. Guys, I want you to answer me this in closing. Your dream signing, realistic dream signing, that Milan can make this happen. Davey.
There is no realistic signing because all the dream signings are all in our, like you said, we're dreams.
Okay, you talked about Coutinho. So
Coutinho,
Coutinho happen. Make Coutinho happen.
I'll rephrase it. All the players that we've been rumored to come to Milan, realistically, and I'd like to see is Zajkic from Chelsea.
Okay.
We need wingers. Rebic, yes. Left, right. Salesmakers, Castillejo. Hopefully Castillejo's leaving.
Castillejo's busy on Instagram, by the way.
Whatever. I cannot see this team doing so much damage on the right side with Salesmakers yet. We need someone on that right side. And I would take Zajkic in a heartbeat. I don't know who else we could do. Unless Salesmakers has a breakout year, then I won't even be thinking about it. But you really want to go into this and thinking that? Other than that, Coutinho, no. He's gone to every big team and shits the bag. So I don't want Coutinho. Luis Alberto, maybe. Ilicic, hell no. Who else has been rumored to us? So we've had a lot of guys been rumored like out of nowhere, just wanted to, let me try to stay Milan. The only one I see that it could be a good fit is Zajkic, and that's it.
Okay, we supposedly we signed some Georgian player today with a name starts with a K. His last name, I can't wait until Steve pronounces his name.
I was just gonna say that.
It's long like this. His last name.
I even wrote it in Arabic here so I can pronounce. You see that here?
Please pronounce it. Please. What is it? You said?
What's it? خفيشة كفراشة خليلية.
TVP, I feel bad for you on that one there, but Youssef, how about you? A dream signing?
This guy. I was just looking at his YouTube, which is the best way to assess a player's performance, right? YouTube.
Of course, YouTube is there for us.
Because if you go Bonera skills, you'll be convinced that he's a Maldini, right? Anyways, but this guy runs like Kaká. He reminded me, of who? Reminded me of Gokov. Do you guys remember Gokov?
Yes, of course.
Or Jorkov. So, but Oli, this guy is a winger. He seems like legit, I like this guy so much. But again, it's just YouTube, right? I don't think Moncada would be very impressed.
Like Mastur with his skills on YouTube. He was great.
Mastur is I don't know, is a joke. But
out of all the big names, names, who would realistically who can we sign? It's got to be Isco, is it not?
Oh well, doesn't he receive like 10 million per year?
Maldini's gonna talk him down to 4. It's
7.5.
And Ancelotti will try to convince him to go to Milan because it's the best. I don't know. I like Vlasic.
Yeah,
Vlasic is what I like about him, his balance, his strength, his upper body. That's gonna be fantastic for Serie A. He's gonna be bullying defenders and midfielders if we sign him. I hope we get him for a loan with the option. So it sounds realistic.
No, I think that sounds realistic. And
there's two names. There's two big names. Well, not big names. Two names that want to come to Milan, but Juventus is bidding us. Apparently, is the Brazilian guy, Cato George Cairo. Jorge. That guy, and there's also a guy from Borussia Dortmund, Julian Brandt.
Don't worry.
Don't
worry, Davey. Don't worry. Timmy, he's gonna close that deal on Kyle. Okay, we're gonna get it. Yeah.
I think so, and you know, I'm gonna take it to you, Gio. Like these dream signings, I don't know who do you think is actually realistic? James Rodriguez hasn't come up in this conversation, and I know it's coming up in the comments, but he's gotta be some sort of, you know, they haven't spoken about him in a couple of weeks, but guys, I'm sorry, I would take him at a cheap price. I would take him.
Vinny, instead of getting like a star player, I'd rather get 3 players, and I'm gonna put it like that. I want Gaetano Crasovili. I want that guy from Brazil, that striker couch with George, whatever you.
Jorge.
And then I want, and then I want Berardi. I want those 3 players, and we need those 2-year loans, or else Maldini gonna start stealing some wives out there. Because I don't know how Agnelli is doing all these trickery, but we could do these trickery too. Come on now.
Berardi,
if they could,
these 2-year loans, I like these 2-year loans. Ala Diaz.
Berardi or Locatelli, guys?
Berardi. Because we don't need Locatelli.
No.
Our midfield is
I agree.
solid.
I agree. Look at Berardi on the right.
We need Maldini, the Condor 2.0, to come in with this Diaz deals, 2-year loans, 3 million, buyback at 22. Hey, maybe we'll send you back and we'll see how you do in 2 years. But Rock Nation Husney, how about you? Dream signing, something that's realistic.
For me, I've always been pushing for Sabitzer. I think Sabitzer has a good profile for us. He's captain. He's a leader. I heard recently also is that the price is coming down because he's into his last year. So that to me seems a bit more realistic for the number 10. For the right winger, I would like to say that Ziyech is possible, but somehow I don't think so. You know, he joined that quite recently from Chelsea, and Chelsea's probably not going to get ripped off again from us.
So, guys, look, so far so good. I think to this date, we're still the club that has spent the most money. It looks like we have a plan in place. In Maldini, we trust, and we shall see what happens in the next couple of weeks.
Not anymore. Not anymore, Vinny. Well, the club in Milan, the club in Italy, or in all the leagues?
Did Harry Kane get signed or not?
No, it's Jadon Sancho got signed to Manchester United, so they just skyrocketed right now.
Okay, so let's go with Italy. Just to go with Italy.
Italy, it is us. Yes.
Harry Kane is worth 187 million pounds, I believe.
I don't know.
Yeah, guys, this is
100. Well, Jadon Sancho was valued at 100, 120.
But guys,
for 70
calcio, guys, soccer and football is for the fans. It's for the fans. Yeah. Money has nothing to do with it, right? Money has nothing to do with it. Yeah. Super League, yeah. But
what do you guys think of this tweet from Liao? What does he mean by that? He just posted that after the game.
What are those emojis?
Like, emojis like what is that? People shouting, and then the ZZ sleeping emoji.
The haters are talking, like, and
he had a goal. He had a goal and assist, guys. He had a goal and assist, but. Guys, we shall see what comes up in this coming season. I know, obviously, Serie A, give it to them that Milan starts on a Monday. To you guys, Rock Nation, Husni and Youssef, it's on a Tuesday, which makes perfect sense. Perfect sense for a start of a season. But we shall see.
No, it's gonna be a Monday.
It is a Monday, but very, very late at night, right?
No, it's 9:30. Something like
8:30,
that.
9 o'clock.
Come on, we don't live with that. Yeah.
Sorry, 52 degrees Celsius.
They don't live in Australia, Vinny.
It's true. One
more thing about Twitter that I think is amazing. I like how the Olympics official Twitter account acknowledged Kessie and called him the president. It's fantastic.
Presidente Kessie.
Something as huge as that, and then Kessie is there called the president. That's absolutely fantastic.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it, guys. On a final note, once again, please take a look at our Milan Weekly podcast page. Go vote for us if you like what Steve, Presidente, Sonny, amazing graphic artist. Sonny's just been moving, has no Wi-Fi, he still managed to give us a great thumbnail. Thank you, Sonny. And gentlemen, ovunque e sempre. Forza Milan, and we shall see each other.
Forza Gazidis.
Forza Gazidis, yes. And we shall see each other very soon, because even during this break, we got to do these group therapy sessions, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Guys,
take it easy. Be good.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Take care.
Ciao.